I know you've heard it before. Exercise can help you lose weight, maintain weight, reduce stress. It gives you bursts of energy. It improves memory and productivity. But what can it do for the singing voice? So this is how exercise helps with singing. It increases your cardiovascular strength and breath stamina. A good sweat, you're releasing endorphins, you're strengthening overall muscle tone. Sports can help you sing higher, clearer, less strain, more energy, more emotion. Singing is an athletic activity. And I want to challenge you that even the day of a performance, maybe in the morning, you go and do exercise for 30 minutes. This will get your blood pumping, you'll be thinking more clearly. And I wouldn't recommend exercising right before your performance and completely wearing yourself out. But develop a routine, whether it be you go to a health club in the mornings or you go to a yoga studio or a cycling class. Here are recommended sports for singers if you're looking to get into some kind of exercise. Now, these were kind of the top rated, okay? So swimming. Swimming builds endurance. It helps condition your heart and lungs, which I could see where that could really help with singing. Tightens your stomach, expands your back, and it increases your breath capacity. Now, yoga. And I honestly am not a huge yoga person, but I will say that when students come into my studio, I ask them, have you ever taken a yoga class? Most of them have not, but the breathing that yoga teaches really aligns nicely with singers because it teaches you posture, alignment, breath control, and it develops strength and balance and breath coordination, which I think is really important in singing, and how to relax. Believe it or not, to sing correctly, a lot of times it's just learning to relax your muscles, learning to relax things. Some other things you could try are team and solo sports like basketball, volleyball, running, walking, bicycling, even the elliptical machine, and aerobics. Aerobics are great for singers. These are sports that could be potential red flags that maybe you need to be more careful with if you have a love for singing. And the funny thing is a lot of these sports listed that I read in this article are ones that I do. So not to say you can't do them, I can just see where you do need to be careful. So number one is weight training, powerlifting. You just need to make sure your posture and form are correct when weight training, because sometimes people can train tense shoulders, incorrect posture with trying to gain muscle mass. And so you want to make sure your range of motion is really nice and make sure you do not have limited range. Now, cheerleading, really it's just the fact that cheerleaders yell a lot. And sometimes this can be damaging to the voice. I remember my dad was a football coach growing up for several years, and he damaged his voice from all those years of yelling at football practice. Okay, next, and this is one I did too, I did advanced ballet and dance, and they teach you to suck in your stomach. But with singing, it's actually the opposite. You need to relax your abs and stomach for breathing and the correct support that we use to sing. Whereas dance, they have you just suck everything in and look really tall and elongated and beautiful, really. Ballet dancers look beautiful to me, but you have to retrain how you breathe and to relax your stomach and your abs. Okay, here's another one. And this is one I'm guilty of too. I used to run marathons. Marathon runners. This is just meaning you need to be careful of dehydration, hoarseness of the throat. You know, after you do these intense races, sometimes it's hard for your body to bounce back from intense races like this and this decreased muscle tissue. So if you are into running like that, just make sure your body is able to bounce back. And so through all of this, don't forget to rest. That's really the biggest thing. Your muscles need to repair, and your voice needs that time to rest and to repair too. It's funny, whenever I only get a few hours of sleep at night and I try to sing the next day, my voice is almost always hoarse and tired. So sleep does wonders for the body and your singing voice, especially when you're adding exercise in. And also, just kind of a fun fact on the side, when exercising, be conscious of where you live and where you exercise. If you live in a very cold climate and it's drying, you may feel like your throat is dry. And so, do what you can to hydrate. If you live in a very warm and sunny climate, like I do right now, I grew up in Colorado, but right now I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is extremely hot. It is very easy to become dehydrated. So rule of thumb is to drink at least half your body weight in ounces. So in general, medical websites say that we should at least be drinking 64 ounces of water a day. And this will help your voice be fit and ready to sing. And also be careful if you live in a place where there is a lot of pollution. You need to make sure that if you're doing exercise outdoors, that you are doing it when pollution maybe is at its lowest, early morning or sundown when it starts cooling down and the pollution is kind of pulled out for the day. Maybe that's when you should exercise. Okay, so I hope this answers your question. Exercise can improve the voice. It builds stamina, and you're just going to have longevity in your life and longevity in your voice.